Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have 4 new QSP knives. We're going to get them up here on the table. We're going to unbox them, see which one we like best, or maybe we'll like all of them. You know, that's a very big possibility, but I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Let's get this started right now. Now we just got to figure out which one we want to look at first. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go with this one. I don't have any particular order, but I am excited to check out these new connives. Are you all having a fantastic day? I mean, I always want to say that because I want you to be having a good day. I mean, you know, I'm having a good day. Look at that. You get a couple stickers with it, and you get a little thingy that describes the size and all that. And if you want to check out the description, you know, or the exact specs and all that fun stuff, there's always links in the description and in the comment section of my videos that you could go and check all that stuff out. If I don't tell you the weight or how big the blade is or something like that, there's always links down there where you can go check them out. This is the QSP Gorilla. Would you look at it? Just look at it. I'm looking at it right now. Are you looking at it? I'm looking at it. Why do I always say that? Check it out. Here's a little bit of micarta. Let's see. You can feel it. It's not the most rough micarta. It's kind of smoothish, kind of slickish. There's a look at your blade. Let's go. Oh, look at this. It does have a captive pivot with ceramic ball bearings, which is very nice. Very, very nice. And wow, that's a big old clip. That's a humping, stomping clip right there. Not exactly deep carry, but mostly deep carry. And it does have a lanyard hole for all you lanyard lovers. And we don't really have much jimping up here. It's like, dick, two big old jimpy jimps. Let's see how this flipper works. Are you ready? Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's my kind of blade right there. That's what I'm talking about. Let me wipe this bad boy off. Now, it has the name Gorilla. That question is it going to fit the name? Now, it feels, you know what? I'm very surprised with the size of this knife, how lightweight it is. It looks a lot heavier than it is. It's not as chunky as I expected. Let's check this out. That's 14C 28N, baby. And that's a nice tall, flat grind until you get up to this little swedgy swedge up at the top. And let's see, okay? Jippy's not too bad. It's not aggressive. We'll see how the ergos look here in just a second. But continuing the tour, and is that T8? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We have T8s, and then on this side, that shows your blade steel, and it's a nice clean stonewash. I really like the looks of that stonewash. And by the way, this micarta, you can get this in black or denim if you don't want the green micarta. So they do have some really nice options. The denim looks very cool. And you know I like me some QSP Penguin, right? Now let's see. Oh, okay. So this is very smooth. And I failed my first flick. Oh, there we go. So it has a nice detent holding that blade in. Oh, yeah. And it does kind of have the double clutch going on. So when you get to right here, you have to get over that spot before it drops. But for being a stonewash blade, I am surprised just how smooth it is. And naturally, I'm finding this out because I just got it out of the box. You're naturally going to get past that double clutch or that double detent type area because you're naturally going to do that with your hand when you're shutting the knife. So that's not going to be a problem. Sometimes that is a problem with knives. Now, your pass-through, not a whole lot. You do have a little bit of jimping on the inside here for your liner lock. It's not the most comfortable in the world. I'm getting a little bit of lock, and I think what's going on is I've got some lube on the inside there because it's giving me a little bit of lock stick. Let me see if I can wipe that off and to see if that makes a difference. So I wiped it off with a Q-tip and that did improve it. I think that's what's going on. We're getting a little bit of lube on the inside. Now for your lockup, the lockups I would say, around 35, 40%. So this one is a little rough on the thumb. Some folks, I prefer them to be smoother than this myself. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit of stick. But other than the stick, which that could be this particular one, I don't know if that's going to be across the board, but let's see. Ooh, okay, it has pretty good ergos, holding it, giving it the beez squeeze like this. I'm feeling the inside over here. It's a little bit brash. Just along the inside of here, it's a little 90-degree-ish. But it does fit my hand very well. I'm not big on when knives have spots like this to force your fingers into a place, but they fit my hand. And you know the size of my hand, right? So this is going to be good for push cuts. This is going to be an all-around pretty tough knife. If you have XL hands, this knife is going to be a little small because of it forcing your fingers into that spot. So medium to large size hands, I think, are going to be very good. Your ergos are pretty nice. Let's see, left and right, up and down are solid. So my only real nitpick, other than it doesn't have any sharpening choil, and then my other nitpick with this particular knife that I have is that it has some really good lock stick going on that I'm having to push my thumb a lot to get that to unlock. So you might want to watch some other reviews on this to see if this is just my knife that's doing it or if that is this knife in general. But I do like the detent, but boy, that lock stick, that just that's a no go for me. I would definitely, if this was mine, I would return it and ask for another one. I betcha that's not how they all are. So yeah, that's not going to work with this particular knife. I'm going to have to take it apart, tune it up a little bit, figure out what's going on. And it does have a lot of lube, and that's what I suspect is given. See all that lube in there? Maybe a little bit of too much lube, and that's why I'm getting so much lockup on the lock face. All right, let's check out the next one. Now, this one is one, I got a different version of this knife that's smaller from Kaiser earlier this week. Let's check this out. I don't know, I can't remember if I've ever handled the full-size version of these knives. This is the QSP Variant PE by Jacob Lundquist. Would you look at it? Just look at it. And this is titanium. That's not aluminum. That's titanium, baby. And it has a reversible clip. It is a deep carry, and it's inset into the liners, which is very nice. Very, very nice. We don't have any screws, no mushrooms growing in the shade, baby. So this is, wow, that is a very clean looking knife. I like how most of the blade disappears down into the handle, and the blade is centered. And let's see how she flips. Pow! Right in the kisser. Now that was a nice snap. I enjoyed that snap. It's very snappity, very snickety. Wow. Okay. Oh no, that's much more comfortable. I don't have to dig my finger in there. Oh yes. So this is one, if you're in the knife community, you've seen different versions of this knife, and oh wow, that is snappy. Front flipper. Can I do it like this? I can, but I hit my knuckle. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to do that. Now this has much better pass through than what we experienced with the last knife. There's just the perfect amount of space in there, and I'm gonna see how the ergos are on this knife here in just a second. The jimping up here, pretty well done. It has the right amount of aggression. That's the kind of jimping I like right there. So if you want to front flip it, yeah, I just barely rolled my thumb to see, because I always want to see if it's going to be easy for people that aren't into front flippers, and just barely rolling my thumb, it's very easy. But man, oh, yeah, that reverse flick is killer. That's what I'm talking about right there. What's our lockup? It has a good lockup right in the middle. The fit, the finish, all of that is very good on this knife. 14C 28 baby, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see what we have over here. Yeah, boy, they lubed the heck. These things are lubed to the max. But how's the ergos? Okay, the ergos on this one, not too bad. This is how I'm going to be holding this knife. This is how it fits in my hand, just like that. My middle finger goes in this little notch right there. But man, you know I love utility knives. That's what I'm going to use this for. Opening packages, opening up bags of Doritos. I'm on a diet. I'm not really on a diet. I'm on an improvement plan. But that's neither here nor there. If you're opening up a bag or a box of Twinkies, this is going to be good for all those everyday carry tasks. And you know what? That is pretty darn flat. This is going to be good when I cut up my fruit in the morning. I always use my pocket knife in the morning to cut up my fruit, and this one is going to be good for that tall, flat grind. It's not super thick for the blade steel. That looks about like standard, and yeah, this is a nice solid knife. I'm digging it. I like how it fits in my hand like this, and I like how it fits like this. Now the jimping doesn't really serve a whole lot of purpose when I'm holding the knife back here like this, or when I'm holding it up like this, because my thumb is not hitting that jimping. So I would say that jimping is probably going to be primarily to give you some grip when you're giving it the old flipperooski. So this is pretty cool. It's 7 inches overall. When it's closed, it's 4 inches. It has a 3-inch blade, and it weighs 4 ounces. It feels really nice, and it's very different looking because it goes whoop-pew. but I like it. This is pretty darn cool. And something else that's really cool about these is you can get, this is the titanium one. These run in the 80s, but you can get different versions of these, like green micarta, black micarta, JG10, like for 50 bucks, $52, something like that. So I think for 14C28N and micarta, or if you want to bump it up, I think the price point is very good, and this is I'd recommend this knife any day. We're going to talk about this on the live stream on Friday nights. I'll tell you more about that here in just a second. Next up, we got a budget blade, baby. This one, these run like around $40. $40 hairs. This is, I think they're $40, $42, something like that. But if I can get it out of the package, this is one that I know has, I'm pretty sure that's been out in different variations, but they just came out with some new ones in denim, green micarta, JG10. But this is the QSP Otter. You oughter check it out. Oh, look at that. We got a little bit of gold action. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let me wipe this one off. Don't want to get that Earl on top of all. Oh, look at that. It has a gold pocket clip too. You know what? That is pretty cool looking. And this pocket clip, as far as I know, is titanium, I think. That's what I wrote down on my notes. That would be very different. It doesn't look like a titanium clip, but it very may well be. Very well maybe. Check it out. So this also has a captive pivot. Here's a little bit of texture vision for you, for your viewing pleasure. Oh yeah, that G10 has really good texture. Let's see what kind of jimping. We have a couple jimpings right here. I would prefer if they would make them smaller jimpings and wrap them around every time. You already know I was going to say that, right? You ready? Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh yeah, this is going to be an everyday carry knife. Everyone would enjoy carrying this knife and having this in their pocket. It is super lightweight, and I like the looks of it. Looks like a little bit of Mr. Fancy Pants. Words are hard. This is 6.5 inches long. It has a 3.8 inch handle, 2.7 inch blade, 14C28N, baby. So 14C from QSP. Am I rhyming right now? And oh yeah, has very good action, and it has a strong detent. I just slipped off of that flipper because that flipper needs some jimping around the edge. But oh yeah, this is cool. This is going to be a very cool knife. Mrs. Beez, wait till she sees this one. She's gonna like this one. This is one that will definitely go in the pocket. Let's see. Can we flick our bic? Yes. And let's see. We have good lockup. And let's see if the blade is centered. Are we centered? Yes, the blade is centered. Let's see. The fit is good. So the fit, finish, the action is all good. Let's see. Oh yeah, it is drop shutty. The ergos, yeah, there's no problems. It's very neutral ergos. You have a nice pass through to get to that liner lock. I do like a little bit of Mr. Fancy Pants every once in a while. And boy, QSP, they're lubing it up. Sometimes you can have too much lube, but at least you can wipe it off, right? So that is the QSP Otter. I mean, for 40 bucks, I can't complain. It doesn't have a sharpening choil, but I don't think that's going to be a big deal for this price point. It's not a $500 knife. This is great blade steel, good ergos, nice grip on the G10, and it also has a captive pivot with ceramic bearings. Yeah, that's a total win. Now let's get this big box out. And real quickly, before I do, you know I had to bring out the QSP Penguin. Everybody should have a Penguin. This is the QSP Penguin button lock. This is my favorite Penguin. So here is the Gorilla, and there is the Variant. That gives you an idea of the size. It's almost identical to the size of the Penguin. And here's the Gorilla, and then here is the Otter, which is, you oughter check them out. Hey, I'm allowed to be corny. That corny is requirement in my household, and Mrs. Beez has become... She has become more and more corny. If you want to check out the corniness of a Beez Blades or a knife couple, every Friday night, Beez Blades live at the Hive. Oh, right. Come check us out. 8:15 to around midnight every Friday night, Eastern time. We give away knives. We talk about knives. We do a pizza check. The dog says hello. It's a blast. If you want to learn about knives, or you just are a knife nut or knife nerd, this is the place to be on Friday nights. So let's get it out of the box. Okay, I can't get it out of the box. Is it taped? This box is, okay, so you can watch me struggle and try to get this thing. My goodness, what kind of, oh, there we go. Man, the tolerances on their boxes apparently are up to par. And this is another version, not really another version. This is the first of the full-size fixed blade canary. Oh yes, I love my canary neck knives, and I'll get one out here in just a second to compare it to this one. But here you go, Kydex sheath. Very nice. Ooh, yes. I love that. I love it when they have a thumb ramp on the Kydex sheath. That's always a major plus. Let's see. That is semi-sturdy. It does come out a little bit. Is this one that you can turn? Okay, it does have stops. And you don't have to take your belt off to get this on your belt. So that is very cool. And let's go ahead and take it out. You ready? Well, while we're at it, it has great retention. Fits in there very well. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that bad boy. It is 9 inches long, and yes, we're talking about the knife. It has a 4.75-inch handle and a 4.25-inch blade, baby. You can get these in green, black, or dark brown micarta, and the micarta feels very nice. It has just the slightest amount of texture to it, and it is the full tang. You got to have a full tang with a fixed blade, baby. And the blade on this one is DC 53 steel. Does it say it on there? That right there is pretty much DC 53 as far as I know. Let me get the neck knife out so I can show you what they look like next to each other. So here's the little neck knife, and yeah, I don't know that those compare. And here is the pocket knife, the liner lock. So that gives you an idea. This right here is a fantastic collection. I like this knife. I like the ergos on these. I like how these operate. I like this one, how lightweight it is, and this one has really good action. And of course, you know, there's always several different versions or colors of a knife when they come out. But this, oh man, that looks so good. So let's see how this one feels. I already know it's, oh yes. Yep. If you want a fixed blade and you want a nice fixed blade with very comfortable ergos and a mean, and I mean that is a mean looking blade. And it does have a nice little edge going on, but these are about, that's the most comfortable a knife handle can be. Completely rounded off. Those are contoured. Oh man, it feels very, very nice. And we will be talking about these on the live stream, so make sure you stop by. And if there's weights or anything like that I didn't tell you about these knives, like I said, there's always links in the description of the video and in the comment section where you can go check them out. So let me know, do you have a favorite of these new releases? I know I do. I'll tell you about it on the live stream. You know what? I might have 2 favorites. These are pretty darn cool. So tell me what you think about them. Leave a thumbs up. That always helps the channel and shows me you appreciate the knife content. Now go watch this video. You're really going to enjoy that. And until I see you in the lives or the live stream or the chats, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.